So leveraging on your network helps you to identify scholarship opportunities, faculty connections, and professional associations. The other previous speakers here have very much highlighted how you can, if it is not in their powers, if it is not in the powers of the connection they have within the group, then they can link you up to somebody who will give you the kind of recommendation you are looking for. So you don't necessarily need to have direct contact with someone, but knowing someone who can link you up to that person gives you just the right platform to fly. Strengthening your application, recommendation letters, we have talked about that under emphasis here, and the research connections. The interview preparation, the group here, as it applies to so many other groups, often engaged people in helping them practice and tell them things to expect. And that's the best you can get when it comes to preparing you for various interviews that will land you into various scholarship bodies. Another would be online networking. The WhatsApp there is the Ayatu to High Flyers education exists on the WhatsApp, and I think on YouTube as well. I think almost all the webinars are being shared on YouTube, so you can always go back and get enough information, even if you have missed out on any of the sessions or previous sessions, to get hands on the information as to what has been said. You can always leverage other platforms like LinkedIn, where you search and get these persons whom you want to link up to that will assist you. X, formerly known as Twitter, is another platform that can give you that. And about my slide presentation, that has been it. But please permit me to take you through to the PTDF site, where every year that comes, for every year that comes, this is always the site, the PTDF, the scholarship.ptdf.gov.ng stroke guidelines. It's always here. This is where they tell you the guidelines. And believe me, the guidelines have not changed over the years. The guidelines have not changed over the years, just a bit small magnification, so you get to see. This is always the guidelines. So for this year, the applications have been done. Those who were shortlisted have gone through the screening interview, and they are currently waiting for the award of the scholarship, which will come up before September. But for those who have missed out or were not carried along through these processes, you can go through the guidelines as early as it is now and familiarize yourself with the selection process, criteria, and requirements. What are the requirements for MSc? What are the PhD requirements? What are the required documents? And begin to prepare, create a checklist, and begin to prepare ahead of time, so that when it comes, you will be able to know just exactly how to make your application very strong. That has been it for the guidelines. I will go again to show you how it is that you will link up with those who how do I get this a bit lower? Just a moment. Okay, this was my application. This was my application when I was doing it. Your WAEC results, just a piece of advice for those of you who will not have the opportunity to go back and write your WAEC. PTDF scholarship does not really have much of an examination to give to you, but its form of examination is a history of what your academic performance has been over the years, and it starts right from your secondary school results. A's are being graded as and B's as as distinctions, and they have their various marks and all of those things. You have three choices of institutions and three courses to choices of courses to play around with. You have to write your personal statement, like I said earlier. You have to provide soft copies of your birth certificate, scanned copies rather, local government identification, preferred location for interview. As at when I was applying, I had just three membership of three professional bodies: Nigerian Institute of Management, International Association of Engineers, and the Nigerian Society of Engineers. But since I had spent quite some years after my university, my degree program, I was qualified to register for with the Council of Regulation for Engineering Nigeria, current. So before my interview, I had gotten my current and had gotten my corporate membership to the Nigerian Society of Engineers and all. So instead of having just three, I was presenting like five or six, because I had also membership of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers. And so that enabled me to have just quite enough marks when it came to the area of professional bodies. Now, if you want to find out or have a robust network of those who are already PTDF scholars, there is the site, on the same site, go to the news section. On the same PTDF site, go to the news section. If you go to the news section, all you get to see is award of 22, you see the various years through which the award was given. You have award of 2023, 2024, award of 2022, 2023, 2020, 2021. So just go and click on any of those. If you click on any of those, you come down, you're going to see the list of MSc awardees. This information is made available to the public, so anybody can go to the site and access it. So if you are from any state, and let's say, permit me to be biased, I'm from Benue State, so let's type Benue, and I'm interested in finding out in the year 2023, those who are PTDF scholars. I simply type Benue, and all those who were awarded PTDF scholarship in the year 2023 from Benue State will display. And then I can simply pick up their names. This is Faith. Yeah, Faith is in University of Strathclyde. And I can simply come here and just copy her name and go to LinkedIn and paste a search and then link up with her there on LinkedIn. I can do that for as many persons within the Benue State: Idu, Jonah, myself, other persons. And if you are from other states, if you can, PTDF is country-wise, the entire country. So if you are from Sokoto, you type Sokoto, and then you see those in Sokoto who have enjoyed the scholarship. You can pick out their names from here, look for them on Facebook, look for them on LinkedIn, and get connected with them. And from there, you can get enough information as to how to go about having a strong application, hearing about screening interviews, and giving you wonderful information as to how your relocation journey will be. Um, for those who will be applying for PhD, the MSc route gives you leverage to come outside of the country. But when you come out, you don't necessarily need to wait. You don't necessarily need to wait to allow yourself go back to the country to come out to seek for another PhD funding to come out, because it's not everybody that is always that privileged and lucky. So when you are out here while you are doing your master's, begin to seek for PhD opportunities, just so that you can use that as an opportunity to continue your stay out here and make out ways for yourself. But another thing is that in previous years, it didn't used to be, but from our set, there's a bond form where you sign in various sections, and what PTF ensures is that you must go through the program, and when you're done, you have to come back to the country. The only time where that does not happen is when you are done with your studies and you get a job, you still have to write to them. You have still have to write to PTDF and tell them you have gotten the job. These are the details of the job and everything. So they'll give you a letter of no objection, and that stops you. That makes you continue in the job without having any issues with them. Or you get a funding for PhD, you write to them, you have gotten funding for PhD in so place, and these are the details. If not, they pay your return ticket. So as you are coming outside of the country, there's already provision for you to go back to the country when you are done. Alternatively, you can decide to fly in today and after spend like 2 to 3 months and then you are back and then that is over with. But you cannot at the end of your study just decide to keep them in the dark and out of communication. No, you'll be breaching the terms and conditions that were in the bond form which you had duly signed. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the much I have to say. Maybe when questions come up, I will be able to address other issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hyacinth. I'm going to let me pause the recording.